This was the saddest moment in the woman's life. Jack, who used to welcome her hugs without hesitation, was now avoiding her completely. Even at night, when they usually slept side by side, Jack deliberately kept his distance. Naive Annie thought Jack was starting to dislike her. Why else would he avoid even the smallest touch? But Jack explained it wasn't rejection, he was just afraid he might lose control and hurt her. Originally, Jack had agreed to sleep beside Annie because she often had nightmares, and he worried it might affect her mental health. What Annie didn't know was that Jack would quietly slip away each night after she'd fallen asleep. Each time he walked out the door, Jack's face would flush red. He had come to realize that he'd fallen for Annie. But Annie had the innocence of a child. She worked hard every day, believing that if she just tried her best, she could make Jack happy. Unfortunately, the mischievous dog at home always seemed to get in the way. One day, after Annie got soaked in the rain, Jack told her to take a bath and change clothes. Without thinking much of it, Annie started undressing in front of him. Flustered and embarrassed, Jack blushed and rushed out of the room. He was terrified that if he acted awkwardly, Annie would find him weird or worse, be disgusted by him. But Annie misunderstood again. She thought Jack was the one in distress and opened her arms to comfort him. Jack, on the other hand, was mortified by the idea. Annie, assuming it was her fault for making Jack uncomfortable, ended up in tears. Since that night, Annie had become extra sensitive. She once forgot to buy carrots and apologized over and over to Jack. Jack sighed, joking that their little dog had taken over the house. But Annie, who usually took care of the dog, took it as another sign that she'd failed. To keep Annie from getting worse, Jack still agreed to sleep beside her every night, though it meant sleepless nights for him.